What's up everyone, Kilo Gaming here with another video. I recently came back to playing two games that I hadn't played for quite a while. The first of which was Star Wars Battlefront and the other was Rainbow Six Siege. And upon playing them and having a good time playing both games, it started to make me think about the different monetization models that each game has and how Rainbow Six has been a pleasant surprise that differs from the typical DLC monetization model that we've been seeing for the past, 5 or 10 years that I personally kind of feel is ruining gaming. So for those that aren't familiar with the models of each game, Battlefront kind of follows your typical, it was $60 at launch. It was a pretty watered down version of the game. Most of the players and fans complained that there wasn't enough content to justify $60, and I agreed. I thought it was fun, I thought it was a good game, but I got bored really fast just because there weren't enough maps, there weren't enough game modes, there weren't enough weapons. And so I only played it for a couple weeks, honestly. And then Rainbow Six Siege, back to Battlefront. They have your traditional, I think there's 4 different DLC packages that were spaced out every 3 months or so over year one. And you had to pay, I think each of those were $15. So very typical. Many games follow this exact same model. And the gripe is that it divides player bases. So, for example, I picked up Battlefront again, and I've been playing it, and I would purchase the DLC, but I know that the player base that actually did that is pretty small, and that it's going to be only the most diehard fans, only the players that are really good at the game. And so I'm not going to buy the DLC for Battlefront, even though I would want to, just because I don't think the players I would be playing with would make for an enjoyable experience, because I'm more casual when it comes to Battlefront than some of those more hardcore fans. And so with Rainbow Six Siege, on the other hand, I really am hoping that more games start to follow Rainbow Six Siege's DLC model. So they released the game, and if you bought the gold edition, essentially everyone gets access to the new maps. So with each DLC that Rainbow Six Siege has put out, there's been 2 operators and 2 maps. Everyone gets access to the maps, and those that bought the gold version of the game or pay for the DLC get the new operators early, whereas the rest of the players have to pay a really high price for the operators. You can still earn them, it just takes you a lot longer, and it might be difficult if you're not playing a significant amount of hours every single week to buy those operators. And so I played Rainbow Six a lot when it first came out, and I think it's a great game, one of the best tactical shooters we've seen in quite some time. But then I took probably a 6-month break, and then came back to it just a few weeks ago, and I was really pleasantly surprised to see that there's still a really strong audience, and there's varying degrees of skill in that audience. It's not like because I'm playing on the new maps, I'm only playing against these hardcore Rainbow Siege 6 fans that are way better than I am. And so I just love that it doesn't divide the player base, and it makes for, I think that's increased the longevity of Rainbow Six. It's given me more incentive to start playing a lot again. I think it's kept a lot of players around longer. And I'm not sure, I wish I knew the data on the monthly active users on Rainbow Six Siege and how that turns out into profitability for Ubisoft. I'm really hopeful that Ubisoft has liked what they've seen from the model that Rainbow Six Siege has used, and that they'll follow that with more games in the future. Because I understand why companies need to have money come in through DLC. I just think we're doing it the completely wrong way. Video games are still $60 today. That was the same price they were 10 years ago. And so I get that with inflation and the rising cost of developing video games, developers need additional ways to make money. And I personally am all for raising just the purchase price of games. I think games should cost $80 or $100 as long as I'm going to get all the content that you'd get with a normal DLC, and that everyone buying the game is going to have access to that exact same content, I'm perfectly fine with a higher price tag. I know that might be controversial, but if that's not going to work, and raising the purchase price is going to deter a lot of potential customers from buying a game, developers have to find out a new monetization model that doesn't divide the player base, whether that's cosmetic items or what have you. It can't be pay to win. It can't be pay to get additional content that's going to divide everyone. And so what do you guys think? Do you guys have any potential solutions for this issue? Do you have any ideas that you think would remedy dividing the player base? But yeah, anyways, so like I said, I'm having a good time playing Battlefront and Rainbow Six Siege. Let me know if you want to see any more videos on either of these games. Happy to do so. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.